Sela kneels before the light, offering up a prayer to Yomede. The inheritor! Oh no, I remember. I wondered earlier ago when they talked about the inheritor, as if this meant something. But it's Yomede, the goddess we chose. Lady of Valor, Light of the Sword. Ah, okay. So that's the one we chose. Every time they talk about the inheritor, it's the goddess we chose. Apparently she has a very important aspect of existence. Maybe she was a goddess of creation or something, I don't know. Ah, okie dokie.
That was it. The light of heaven, but how?
Heaven is a plane in the outer sphere, a realm of pure righteousness, where the forces of good gather to aid those on less virtuous planes and help worthy souls find rest. Though inconceivably large, it appears to most views as a mountain with a mysteriously floating peak. Heaven's residents see law and goodness as largely the same force. Order is the greatest good, and goodness is the greatest order. They recognize the good intentions of the Azates of Elysium, but view them as misguided children. Similarly, they oppose lawful evil forces of hell, but credit them with intelligence and believe that they can at least be reasoned into truths and stalemates, and perhaps even redeemed.
What did you do with it? Where did it go?
I think I saw the memories of Lariel, the angel who died here.
L'Ariel? That really was L'Ariel? The angel from the legends. The ancestors even got his name right on the gravestone. The chief will be thrilled.
Angels are a group of altruistic celestials native to all three upper planes: Nirvana, Heaven, and Elysium. Ah, so these are three upper planes, okay. In Elysium, misguided children according to Heaven. They represent all the multiple interpretations of goodness. The eldest angels were one of the first creations of the primordial deities of good, making them one of the oldest races in the great beyond, and were trained as celestial guardians and servants from birth. Most serve their creators to this day. Most angels in modern times come from ascended good mortal souls rather than direct divine creation. Sometimes these souls even retain aspects of their mortal forms. Ah, okay.
You. Thousands of gongs and no one's been able to touch it, and now you, an ordinary creature of flesh and blood no different to us, get the sword and start talking about visions.
Wenduach watches you with suspicion.
Now, Wentuog, don't be a sore loser. He is clearly different from us. The sword appeared before him, along with the angel's name and all that other stuff, because he doesn't carry our mongrel taint. Heaven doesn't give a damn how special we are. We're born with evil inside us. Heaven doesn't need to know any more than that. I know you're willing to tear anyone apart to uphold our people's honor, but you and Sul, you just refuse to face the truth. We are the way we are because our ancestors' bodies were corrupted by the abyss. It does the same thing to plants and animals. There's nothing heroic or special about it. It doesn't make us better, and it doesn't make us worthier.
The Abyss is a realm of infinite horror and unlimited danger. Its vast chasms, known as the Outer Rifts, wind throughout the surface of the outer sphere, where the outer rifts of the Abyss open onto realms like Elysium or even Heaven. They are the sites of eternal wars against the celestial races. Here, the armies of good maintain permanent encampments along the edges of abyssal rifts and do their best to prevent the rifts' spread. For spreading is the correct word. The outer rifts are growing, albeit slowly. Scholars believe that this is a sure sign of the end of all things, that nothing can stop the growing dissolution of the outer sphere, and that at some time in the future, the abyss will consume it all. Worse, the outer rifts do not constrain themselves to the outer sphere. They can open elsewhere and have done so countless times before to consume entire worlds. What? Constantly expanding, consuming entire worlds? And the armies of good maintain permanent encampments along the edges of rifts. What the? Okay. And the outer rifts even open into the realm of heaven? Ay. Worse, the outer rifts do not constrain themselves to the outer sphere. They can open elsewhere and have done so countless times. The malevolent world wound in northern Everstan is but the latest to appear in the material plane. Rent in reality that even the full might of the nation of Mendev is unlikely to contain for long. Ay. The abyss is possessed of many layers strung together by the river Styx. Its inhabitants are demons. Its rulers are demon lords who wrestled control of the plane eons ago from the primordial Klopoth. Requires angel mythic path, reveal the light of heaven. It seems I can control it. Yes.
That is just... wow! I mean, that's amazing! Heaven has truly blessed you.
This power is the most majestic thing I've ever seen in all my life. Is this what the sun is like, Lan?
Wendrock stares at the divine light as if transfixed.
Yes, it's similar. But this light is more... golden? Chief Sol needs to see this. Now that we have the power of angels on our side, he can't say no. He'll have to assemble a troop to storm the maze. You Uplanders care about your kids, right? Help us save ours. Without them, we won't survive. And then, the perils of the maze won't be so bad if we go together. We'll make our way through it and find the way to Canabras.
Lead us to your chief, and I'll decide if I'm going to help you or not.
Let's go. We'll take the short route. Well, the only route, really.
What do we have here?
Skill check, yeah, or I don't care. There's still, loot. Perfect. Pearl, 3 of them. Okay. Now skill check. Different tasks, different skills. If you have several characters selected at the same time, the action will be performed by the character with the highest skill bonus, so you should select the whole party before attempting a check. Ah, okay.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
Rolling a dice. Most of the game's mechanics are based on the rules of the tabletop RPG Pathfinder, which uses dice for determining outcomes of various actions. The most commonly used die has 20 sides, denoted in the rules as a d20. Wait, wasn't that d4? So maybe that means that we have to roll a 2. It's the die you roll during attacks and skill checks. When you need to roll dice, the specific type of roll is denoted as XDN, where N is the number of the sides of the die you use in this case, and X is the number of the dice rolled. For example, 1d20 means the result can be from 1 to 20. One roll of the 20-sided die. And 2d6 means from 2 to 12. Roll 2 6-sided dice and add up the results. Trying to get over the rubble, your character Lan got the result 25. This result is the sum of the dice roll, which was 18, and various modifiers such as the mobility skill bonus. The check's difficulty was 12. Since 25 is not lower than 12, the attempt has been successful. Okay. Interesting.
Our path leads on.
I'll tear your throat out!
Giant spider. Every event is documented in the combat log. Bottom right corner. Okay, unhappy with the way of combat goes, check out the details of the rolls. You might find some information that will help you to optimize your tactics. Okay, now we have a big problem. She's almost dead, so run away. Is that an evil creature? Does that count as evil? Size vermin, neutral. That doesn't sound evil to me. So I can't use our evil ability. Yeah, that's not going to happen. Okay. Light of the Oh, you summon a soothing light, warming the hearts of your allies and obscuring the vision of your enemies. Every ally gains 1 temporary hit point for 1 hour. Enemies become dazzled for 1d4 rounds. Okay, so we need to roll that dice. 1 times 4 dice. 4 die. Point blank shoot. What is that? Perfect strike, fighting defensively. Okay, let's wait a second until this thing is in range, and now do the ability. Good. Very, very good. Nice.
These magics should be used in other ways.
I will help where I can. The Inheritor, guide my blade!
I will guide us. We will
Rip you apart!
Did you see that?
Godspeed.
Attack. Every attack during a combat entails the following calculations. First, the attacker makes an attack roll and compares the result to the target's AC to see if the attack was a hit or miss. If the attack hits, the attacker makes a damage roll to see how much damage it deals. Okay, so we have a chance roll and then a damage roll. Attack is an attempt to harm an enemy during combat. To make an attack roll, you roll a d20 and then add various bonuses and penalties from the equipped weapon, various abilities, active spells, other factors. The sum of all these numbers make up the attack roll result that is then compared to the target's AC. For example, your character Lan attacked the enemy's spitting giant centipede and dealt 9 damage. Let's break down this result. 1d8 times 3 equals 9 piercing. Combat damage reduces the target's hit points. When the hit point counts, faints, an enemy dies. Okay. It can go below 0, survive as long as the number of the negative hit points is lower than their constitution. We know that. Okay. Armor class, AC. A statistic that designates how hard it is to damage a creature, be it thanks to heavy armor, nimble evasiveness, protective magic, or something else. Yeah, to overcome AC, you need to make an attack roll, we know that. A miss. Every creature's base AC is 10. Okay, and then modified by blah. E 14. Okay. Armor class 14, base value, dexterity, natural armor. Damage. Yeah. Okay. So we have a masterwork, light crossbow, coin, bone meal, and fine feather. Okay.
I stand ready.
We will
Together
win this
we
war.
stand. These magics should be used in other ways. These magics should be used in other ways.
Let me draw the first blood.
Into the fray! The light take you!
Now what is that?
Kama. Finesse wielding monk weapon. Masterwork greatsword. Light shield. 2 to 12. So we could change out our longsword since we're... Okay, now we have a shield. Okay, never mind.
Let us press on.
interesting. This doesn't read. That's odd. Wenduak glances at Lan, who's fixing a slipped bowstring, and quickly walks over to you. Her cat-like eyes glow from beneath her hood. Listen here. I don't know who you are or where you come from, but you and I are the only two people here who see things clearly. That's why I'm asking you, do not show the light of heaven to Sal. But Lan is sure that the light should be shown to the mongrels. Lan, Wendoa grimaces, and a guttural husky snarl unfurls in her throat. He wants to play the hero. His first idea, if you remember, was to grab the sword and run headlong into the maze. Does that sound like a plan to you? To me it sounds like suicide. The worst part is that the tribe might actually take his words to heart and follow where he leads. I thought you considered the mongrels to be great warriors. The descendants of great warriors. Okay, obviously, because it is not voiced, this is something that does not happen often. Apparently because we chose the angel heritage, warrior of the light, the right goddess. Apparently this is extra. Something that usually does not happen, so of course we're going to show the light. Or to see what happens, what kind of deviates from the main storyline. I believe that my people are worthy of greatness, that we are strong and can do many things. That's why we were chased down here. We scared people. But it's one thing to go hunting in the caves, and another to fight in the shield maze. Wenduak leans closer, her pupils dilating. I've been there. I've spent my whole life training so I can make it through all the way to the end. There were more of us trekkers at the start. We were young and stupid. What's a couple of monsters when there's a whole world out there waiting for us? That's what we thought, but we weren't prepared. The maze isn't just a physical challenge, it's cunning and full of traps. It's dark as the primordial night, and if you close your eyes and listen, you hear whispers right behind you, and soft singing in the distance that seems to rise and fall with the ebb and flow of civilization, with the beating of your heart. Wenduak looks away. I had to learn from my friends' mistakes. I had to step over their bodies and go further. I don't want to have to do that again, and it will happen again if a crowd of ill-prepared fighters bursts into the maze with no idea where they're going, or because Lan believes that a glowing sword will solve all our problems. Don't you want to save the kids lost in the maze? I do want to, but I'm not going to risk the future of the tribe for the sake of a few stupid kids. Chief Sal is hesitant, and for good reason. He also understands how dangerous this is for the tribe. Lan's the only one who benefits from these childish games of heroism. I'll go alone if I have to and find them, whatever's left of them. Without any heroics, relying only on myself, risking only my own life. Wendoak slows. You and your friends, you can come with me. Perhaps we can make it to the end of the maze together and find the way out to the surface. So, I guess if we choose the path she wants, she will join our party, and if we don't, she won't. But since this seems to be a special line of the game that's not even voiced, I really want to see what happens if we convince all these people to rise up, so of course we're going to change our angelic side. I'll think about it. Well, let's go. Wenduak nods. Don't show the chief of the light, and I'll lead you through the maze to the surface. I swear it. Leaving a location. Click this icon to leave a location. To leave, your whole party needs to be near it. Before leaving the location, you'll be able to review and collect the loot you've left behind. Ah!
We march ahead.
Your first impression of the Mongol village is of a squalid dump with the outdoors to match. Unblinking, glowing eyes watch you from the gloom, and deformed shadows slope between the huts. You see some mongrels gutting white, eyeless fish, while others are repairing fishing nets, all the signs of normal village life, but tense expectation hangs in the balance in the air. A heavy-set aged mongrel slowly shuffles his way toward you. The hair on his head grows in limp, wispy strands, and his face has a distinctive rat-like appearance, with pronounced teeth, and you hear a rattling sound in his chest with every breath he takes. One of his eyes is white, fully scarred by cataracts, while the other gleams with moisture. Our blenders, eh? In times are upon us, indeed. Chief Sal, we found the angel's sword, and we found the one who can wield it. Lan points at you. He had a vision, and now the angel's sword, together with the light of heaven, are somehow inside him. Gather the tribe, anyone who can hold a weapon. The young ones are still alive. We can go save them. Sal raises his hand with rugged, broken fingernails. With, Lan, always dreamish, always talkish. Little hasty for your own good. He's going to get you in trouble. Sal eyes up. You down and up. No, Sal eyes you up and down. On our land of the light of heaven, oh, that's too good for us. How kind to when good things happen. There's always a catch. One trusts people because he likes to believe, isn't it right, Lan? I'm the chief. I don't work on faith. Show the light. Wenduak stares at you intently, like a cat watching a bird, and shakes her head in warning. Lawful. Oh, that's a problem. We need to be lawful, otherwise we're not going to be a paladin any longer. That's very problematic. Dialogue options restricted by Mythic Path. Throughout the game, you will occasionally encounter colored options marked as associated with a specific Mythic Path. These are dialogue branches that embody the spirit of a particular manifestation of mythic powers. In the earlier stages of the game, these options must be selected in order to gain the opportunity to set out on the corresponding mythic path. Okay. Once your mythic path is set, unique alternative inaccessible to other mythic paths will become available to you. So we must choose the lawful way. Yelan speaks the truth. The heavenly flame flares into life at your unspoken command, bright, pure, dancing with multicolored sparks like a sunbeam passing through stained glass. The mongrels abandon their tasks and stare transfixed. The light is bright, but not blinding. It is warm, but its warmth is soul deep. You've performed a lawful action. Sal is silent for a while. Tears are streaming down his wide, pale face, but the old man doesn't even care to wipe them away. So it's true, the angel did not forsake us, no. He came back from the dead. He came to save our children. Lan gives you a nod of thanks. The scaled half of his face is indifferent. The human half is visibly relieved, as if he wasn't sure all this time that you would support him. Wendwach hisses at you like an angry cat. See these fishermen and these hunters, these husks of men and women, their blood will be on your hands. We have the blessings of the angels. We will survive and help a young tribesman. Idiot! You see a bright light and now you think even the maze is no match for you? You always think the worst, Wendo. We're not on our own in this anymore. We've got allies. Well, a good couple at least, but one good fighter is worth 10 bad ones. You have the right of it, Balan, but we're nethers. We're going to wait. I send a messenger to summon all the tribes. I will take time, yes, but they will all come. They will all come for the light. Oh, wait, land, wait, Uplander. Rest a while in one of your huts. Home is your home. Ah, Lance. All right, Chief. Understood. Let's hope that a few hours isn't the difference between life and death for those kids. If they ask me what took us so long, I'll tell them it was your decision. When do our only grits her teeth in silence? Hung, hung, hung. Sorry. Level advancements. Combat victories, other achievements give your character experience points. After accumulating a certain amount of experience, a character gains a level. Oh no, really impressive. When a character gains a level, they can get new feats, learn new spells and skills, and increase ability scores. The exact improvements a character gets depend on their classes and the total number of their levels. That makes sense. So we can improve our character now. Okie dokie. Do I need to press this button? A warrior of the Holy Light. Okay. What do I... okay. Class. Can we change the class? The heck? Oh, that is very interesting. Can we have several class... what? I don't quite understand. No. We have to make a choice. So we have 2 points. Knowledge world. Intelligence score, persuasion, perception, magic devices. I want mobility and another athletics. But do I want... no, maybe we should go for knowledge. But I want him as a fighter. So no, let's go athletics and mobility.
Together we stand.
Okay, so she's a paladin as well. Next. She has a lot of mobility, okay. A lot of persuasion and knowledge. World. So let's go with more world. Oh no. Oh, we don't have a... what? Max rank value. Result. What? But I did nothing. Oh, I think she auto-leveled up. Oh, that's interesting. Is that true? Did she auto-level up?
Open your heart to me.
Yeah, this is Spirit Hunter, Shaman. Skill. Yeah, this is an auto-level system. I mean, okay. Ice Plant. The Hex grants the Shaman 2 natural armor bonus. Okay. Nails. Secret. Slumber Ward. Negative condition. Purity. Battle Master. Battle Watch. Draconic Resilience. No. Evil Eye. I mean, I am a big fan of passive bonuses. So, natural armor. Okay, it's more AC, so enemies will be less likely to hit her. I'm fine with that. Okay, what about our friend here? Zen Archer. A monk. Oh, he's a monk. Skills, okay. Automatically precise shot. Way of the bow. At second level, a Zen Archer gains weapon focus. Okay. Nice.
Only you deserve my obedience.
She's a fighter. Skill. I'm pretty sure that we're going to lose her, but let's see. Deadly aim. Result, whatever. Okay, so they auto level, but I mean we chose that.
No reason to
Interesting.
pause.
Yours to
So this is a
command.
penalty on ranged attacks to gain on ranged damage roll. Okay, so this is kind of a passive ability, but you have to activate it.
Our time has come.
Okay, lay on hand others. Ah, Light of the Angels. Lay on hand self. Okay, very interesting. Well,
Our path leads on.
Holger's Guam. Finally, someone from the surface. I was beginning to lose hope. An elderly man, an expansive but not ostentatious cloth approaches you. His face is peppered, several healed cuts and bruises, and twisted in an expression of extreme discontent. Allow me to introduce myself. My name's Holger's Quirm. Yes, that Quirm. You no doubt have heard of me if you spend any time at all in the city. I have a business proposition for you. Your name tells me nothing. Holger's Gwogos Gwomhelm, who are you? You truly are freshly arrived in the city, huh? Then you could have picked a worse time. You couldn't have. That's for certain. Only just arrived and the city's been razed to rubble. You should know that you're looking at one of the richest and most distinguished men in Canables. I may not be as well known as certain swaggering loudmouths who spend their lives traipsing from one ball to the next, but the Gwyrm Trading Company is one of the pillars of the city. I'll have you know, did you see the marquees in the square? I paid for those. Tried any festival delicacies? You have Holger's Gwyrm to thank for that. And how did you end up here? For a moment, Holger's eyes focus on Camellia before his eye gaze returns to you. Like everyone else, down I went where that accursed beetle clave the ground in twain beneath our feet. I'm lucky. I didn't break my neck in the fall, and I'm lucky, double lucky. I didn't encounter any subterranean cockroaches on my blind wanderings, and instead came across hunters from this settlement. Although I must say that when I first glimpsed their physiognomies, my life flashed before my very eyes. But they turned out to be decent chaps, frightening to look at, but able to keep a bargain. You don't speak very kindly of these mongrels, even though they saved your life. Pah! Kind words are for people with eyes to fritter away on pleasantries. Holger's Gwyrm speaks his mind, and he pays for services rendered not with kind words, but with hard coin. I gave the mongrels my dagger in exchange for their help. Its handle is worth more than their entire village. What kind of business proposition is that? I don't know what's happening on the surface right now, but I am determined to find out. You have no intention of seeing out the rest of your days in this village, I suspect. You must find a route back to the surface, to the city, if there's anything left of it. I am an ultimately pious man, and I don't mind relying on the help of a person who has the favor of the gods, especially with so many demons lurking about. You are strong, and it will be no trouble to you, but I, alas.
I'm not as fit as I once was. I got fat. I can't go crawling about through caves playing at scouts. My knee's going to hurt. My proposition is simple. Lead me back to the city, and I shall pay you 1,000 gold coins.
What is that? What? How much? I suggest we help this man. It is good to have friends among the Kenabres elite. No. We are a crusader. We have to lead the crusade. We have to show our goddess the truth, our goodness of our hearts. So of course we're going with, I, praise Yomide, am a crusader, not some mercenary. Keep your money. I don't need payment to see you safely to the surface. And I, thank Abadar, am not some beggar seeking charity. If I told you I'll pay 1,000, that means I'll pay 1,000. Deal. Splendid. In the meantime, I shall sit here in the village. Oh, we have to go. Go on, go on. Don't forget our agreement. When you find the way out, be sure to tell me. Power twists and warps all possess it. When the person becomes accustomed to a special position. How do I... Where did this go? I want to read this. It always goes away. What is it? Oh, come on. Still... Maybe in journal? No. Well, the developer condescending attitude to others. This attitude remains even when society itself crumbles around them. August grown man blessed by noble birth, no small amounts of superiority, has found himself in unusual circumstances. He persists in clinging to his riches and power, even as their value dwindles with every passing minute. Pretty sure that he has no more value. The Demon Lord just destroyed the city, there's not much left to be valuable. Okay, so that will mark the end of our episode.